This is Mikey.
And I'm Garrison Rifen. This is Cinema Debrief. Welcome to a bonus episode of Cinema Debrief. I'm Garrison Rifen here with Mikey. We're talking Oscars, post-Oscars reaction. How are you doing on this Tuesday night?
What is up, Garrison? Since this is our first mini episode, from different outlets, I'm sending you 1 to 2 second videos that you can compile of me, and then you can add me into the podcast later.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow. Add those all together to create one thing, so then we can see it tomorrow.
I hope it's really stilted.
It will be. It is always stilted. My favorite one so far today is Punisher running into Spider-Man. That's my favorite one.
With the car.
Yeah, with the van. He's in the Punisher van.
Now I know what you're referring to.
Okay.
I was like, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, I mean, we don't put video out, but okay.
yeah.
No, it's funny, that Spider-Man thing, just to get into that for a little bit, so we have it on record.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's a studio trying to experiment with something different. They're putting the full trailer out today, the day this goes out. It's going
the day
live
this
today,
goes out. Yeah.
So It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but
exactly. It's
the
weird,
trailer,
though.
A form of the trailer leaked like 3 months ago now. It's been sitting on my phone for like 3 months.
And, we saw something, but I wanted to wait till we got the 4K. Like I didn't look for anything, but there's something that's been out there. But
yes,
it is what it is.
It is. But excited that a real one's out now. But the Oscars, so this is a special case. I have not missed an Oscars broadcast personally since about 2017.
Okay.
So the Moonlight Oscars, the one that happened that year, I did not watch. I watched it the year after that, because I think after that happened, that became like huge national news, and I was really getting into film around that time, and I was like, I got to watch the next Oscars, maybe something happens there, and I just enjoyed watching the Oscars from then on. And this is the first year I had to miss the first hour and a half because I was at an event. So
I can't
speak to how the beginning of the broadcast went, but
it was good. It was okay. I mean, I think that this year was a bit more rocky than last year as far as Conan's opening monologue, and just the broadcast in general had a lot of weird technical issues as well.
Notice that I thought maybe that was my internet.
No, it was everybody's. I was watching. Well, I watched it in 2 different ways. Funny story. So I watch it pretty much every year with Dr. Earl, who, if you're a podcast listener from my old show and this show, you know who Dr. Earl is, obviously. But he his power went out for some inexplicable reason, like 20 minutes before the broadcast is supposed to start. So we're frantically figuring out what we're going to do. And luckily my in-laws live kind of close to where Dr. Earl lives. So I beg my in-laws to let us watch downstairs. So my father-in-law has the Hulu plus live TV, I guess is what he does. And as we're watching it, it cuts in and out every once in a while. Yeah. And I'm like, I wonder what is going on with this broadcast. It's very strange. So I thought maybe it was because it was just on Hulu plus live TV. I thought maybe that Hulu was just having an issue. So because they live so close, once Dr. Earl's power came back on, we booked it over to his place and finished the broadcast there. And Dr. Earl is from the 1940s, and so he still has regular cable. He's one of the only people that I know that still has actual regular cable, and it was doing the same thing on his. I was like, ABC or just the Oscars broadcast this year was just garbage. And Rhett even mentioned the same thing in our little friend chat that we've got. He was seeing the same thing on his end. So it was the broadcast in general just was weird. There was one part at the beginning of the broadcast where a cameraman wasn't ready, and so there was a gaffe there. Melissa McCartney's microphone was like backwards, and so you could barely hear her when she was doing her little bit during the bridesmaids thing.
Yeah, which, by the way, doing a bit about a bit being too long at a certain point starts to grate me personally, because I'm like, yes, you are taking too long.
And then the only other than like the occasional cutting out of the broadcast, Conan was live and he didn't realize it. I couldn't tell if that was a bit, but there was one part during the broadcast where he was bantering with the crowd a little bit, and he was saying something like, "We're almost done, guys," and I was like, and then he was like, "Oh, we're live." So it was just really, I don't know. I don't know if ABC's just ready to be done with the Oscars. And they may be, based upon today's news that we just got about how the broadcast being a little bit down as far as people watching.
So Oscar ratings fell to 17.9 million viewers, the lowest since 2022, is the headline from the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah.
If you know anything about the Oscars, since COVID, like a lot of things, and due to a lot of different stuff, I'm sure, but the ratings have plummeted, and they were already not great pre-COVID.
Right.
Your peak was, I mean, in terms of since 2000, your highest rated year was 2000, 46 million. Your peak since then was 2014 at 43.7. It dropped into the 20s in the late 2010s.
Yeah.
Like the low 20s, low 30s, high 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And then since then it's cratered during COVID, of course, with like everything did. And it has slowly crawled back up. 22 was 16.6, 23 was 18.8, 2014 was 19.5, in 2025 was 19.7, but 2026 fell to 17.9 million. So
hard to know exactly what to attribute that to, other than
it's weird because this year had some big film, like at least Sinners was big domestically.
Yeah,
and
F1. I mean, there was some populist films out in this. So yeah, it is hard to, other than for whatever dumb reason, Disney, when they do big live events, they still don't stream them on Disney Plus and make them available for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they had done that, they could at least add the streaming ratings in to their broadcast ratings.
They could,
because I mean, CBS will do that. They'll air their stuff. Now you have to have the Paramount, what do they call it now? Premium, or I can't remember what they changed the name of it to. It used to just be Paramount Plus Live TV. But not like a cable, thing. It was just like you could watch, if you paid a certain amount a month, you could watch CBS broadcasts. NBC did it recently with all their Olympic stuff. You didn't have to have just NBC. You could just have Peacock if you wanted to. So I think that Disney's a little behind the ball on that. So maybe it's because nobody has cable anymore. And
that's something I was going to bring up. Look, in the sports world, the Super Bowl was slightly down this year, but it was still like second best Super Bowl ever.
Yeah.
And so you're starting to see Nielsen, the company that tracks this stuff, change the way they do some of their numbers. And so numbers have actually shot up for a lot of sporting events, because I think they're counting streaming in some way.
Right.
But a lot of other things are not shooting up like sporting events are. And I guess it's just reflective of really what the audiences are watching still. And I think most people just don't want to watch. I had one coworker who was like, I watched the Oscars and I enjoyed it. And
I mean, it is interesting. I mean, even like using our small circle of a case, like for example, like your dad mentioned on his show this morning that he just didn't care about it anymore, and so he didn't watch it really. And same with my father-in-law, who used to actually come to Dr. Earl's house with me a couple years ago, and he loved it. He said he just didn't have time to watch the movies, and so he just doesn't feel like he wanted to watch it. So I mean, maybe it's just. Maybe the boomers are aging out of caring about the Oscars.
Yeah, well, they're aging out of caring about movies in terms of theater goership.
This is true. Yeah, we've seen that data as well, where it seems like Gen Z is the only generation that seems to be tilting upwards as far as going to the theater.
Yep.
My generation, Gen X, I mean, I feel like we're still pretty strong when it comes to at least being interested in film and watching the Oscars and stuff. Like I love all of it though. I watch the Golden Globes, the SAG Actor Awards. I watch all of those. I mean, so I'm not. We're not necessarily the best case for it because we're obsessed with this stuff. So, but it does seem like for whatever reason, just in general, people have stopped caring too much about the Oscars. But not us, and that's why we're here to talk about what we thought about the results.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, Amy Madigan, winning Best Supporting Actress. I love to see that.
I do too. I think that it's great to see an actor who has been in the business for a long time get their first award like that. I think that's cool. It's something that we all wanted for Stallone, and it didn't happen for him. For Creed, we all were hoping it was going to finally happen for him. I mean, it's just I like seeing that better than I do like a kid actor getting the award. That's one of my huge pet peeves is when a kid actor gets an award, and you really never hear from that kid again. Sometimes, like it's the only award that they've ever gotten, and sometimes they even like get out of the business. Now Anna Paquin, she won when she was a child actor for The Piano, and she has stayed in the business, so I'll allow that. That's fine. But sometimes these kid actors just disappear in general. But Tatum O'Neal, she won Best Actress when she was a kid and really didn't have much of a career after that. So I'm glad to see a veteran get the award, not taking away anything else from the other nominees or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think that was a great way to start off the Oscars for sure.
And Paquin has also had some health issues recently. So
she has recently. Yeah. So but she never really left the industry. She was in True Blood. I mean, she had a good, and she was obviously in the X-Men films. So she had like a really good long career before she started getting sick or whatever. So
yeah, I'd love to see her later this year if we could, but
we'll see.
Things that surprised me. First off, we got a tie.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often. 6th time, I think. In the history,
6th or 7th. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, from what I understand, that specific category, and maybe all the short categories, doesn't do preferential balloting.
Oh, interesting.
And that's why it allows for the tie to happen.
That makes sense because with preferential, it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be.
There's no way for it. Yeah. So
yeah,
I think the short categories allow for the ties because I think previously, at least in the recent history, the two before this that had ties were also in the short categories.
Okay.
So I think it's just for whatever reason that particular branch of the Academy doesn't use the preferential balloting, so that's why we got ties. I was very frustrated by that though, because I didn't pick either of the two that won.
I know. in our guesses, the thing is, so I listen to a bunch of podcasts in prep, and I read people's articles. I do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
To prep because I really take this seriously when we guess.
Oh, I do too.
Because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, me too.
And the one thing that I came across a fair amount was like, yes, two people exchanging saliva is very popular, but maybe it's just like a film Twitter popular kind of thing. Or,
exactly.
And that's not the whole Academy. And I was like, well, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I'll go with this film that they're talking about is in like second place or whatever. And it wasn't even the singers or
I had picked. I had picked A Friend of Dorothy.
Yeah, that's what I picked.
Because like generally speaking, actors like actors, but and that particular short is about an actress who's been in the business for a long time.
Yeah.
But perhaps that branch doesn't really care about that type of thing, which makes kind of sense because these are short films. A lot of times these are first films for people.
Yeah.
It's last year was so weird because Wes Anderson got it, or that was either last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
where he got it.
Yep.
Yeah, for short film. So that doesn't happen.
That was a unique case.
Yeah, a very unique case. And so yeah, that was frustrating because I mean, if you picked either what was it, the singers or two people exchanging saliva on your ballot, if you used ESPN, you got a point.
Yep.
So
yeah, well, they both won. They both had speech time, as Kumail pointed out.
Exactly.
I did think that was funny the way he handled that. He actually handled that pretty well.
He handled it very well, and apparently, it wasn't planned. Like nobody knows.
Nobody knows except the people that tabulate it.
Yeah, and so he was very professional in that very moment, and I appreciated that quite well. It made me think, hey, he'd be a pretty good game show host. So, which, it was good.
He's putting his workout to use being a game show host.
Yeah,
you've seen he's like jacked ever since he did the Eternals.
Well, pretty much, yeah. My major frustration, and I did this to myself, and on cinematography, I had Arkapaw picked until the day of, until the day of, and then I switched it to Bauman on our ESPN thing, and I would have had my best year in a long time at 20-4. 19-5 I'll take. I mean, that's good for me. Like, it's been a while since I've done that well.
I don't know how to pick that category. Like, I've gotten it right almost every year except this year.
Yeah.
And that's because in years past you go, okay, well, what does American Cinematography Society say?
Right.
All these different award shows where it usually correlates, like every single one of those awards went to one battle.
Yeah.
I think maybe one of them went to Sinners, maybe.
Yeah.
But then you get the Academy voting body, and they're not the same people. I get it, but man.
Yeah. I mean, I like to see it just because I think that it's cool that a woman has finally won that category. I think that she obviously did a good enough job to get nominated. So therefore, in theory, good enough job to win. If you're nominated,
she did a better job than Rhett thinks she did. But
right. You're right. Yeah.
But I actually thought Michael Bauman did a fantastic job.
Oh, dude,
on
so
good.
Battle.
Like I thought that was clearly, I thought that was the best cinematography of the year.
Yeah.
Again, Sinners went out of the way to campaign, as we talked about in our little prediction show, about the way that they shot on different formats, and I think that did make a slight difference with.
And she was on the trail, man. She was doing a lot of interviews, whereas Bauman, from what I could see, was not doing many interviews at all.
Bauman clearly has the respect of his peers in his, his branch, but
the
wider academy didn't know him.
So, am I correct in saying that Sinners only won 4 awards?
Yeah, it's most losses ever for a film, but that's because they had the most nominees ever. So,
yeah, which
4 out of 16.
It's not unheard of. I mean, there's been other films that have gotten like 11 nominations and gotten 0 wins. So
yeah,
I mean,
but this one had 12 losses, so technically it set the record.
Yeah,
it's not. That's a stupid thing to care about, honestly. But I have seen some people go, "It set the record for most losses."
Something to care about. I was super surprised they didn't win casting. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that to me signaled One Battle was winning.
Well, yeah,
and I thought, man, it might. I honestly thought it might get worse for Sinners at a certain point than I thought, and it wound up being better because they got cinematography, and Michael B won his the Best Actor award. So.
Yeah, and I really thought that Sinners would get that because that particular casting director, she's like renowned as being one of the best in the industry. And I thought because it's the first award, the first Oscar for that category, they'd give it to her just because she's a legend, basically, in that particular industry. Just didn't happen. It was weird. It was really strange. I really thought it was a shoe-in for casting, but that's when I got kind of nervous because that was early on that they did that. And I was like, oh gosh, this might not be good for me because I had picked that because, I had switched to cinematography. I'd switched my cinematography from Sinners to Bauman. I mean, I don't know. It was interesting. Loved Sentimental Value winning Best International. Absolutely.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yep.
That was so huge. I would have loved to see him get other stuff, but that's the one I wanted him to get.
The Secret Agent before the
Saturday night. Did. Yeah, you watched it right before.
And so I saw all 10 nominees, which I do every year.
Nice.
I make sure. And I was, after I got done with it, I went I don't dislike it. There are some things I really like about it, but man, sentimental value should win over that. Just as my personal preference, I was pulling for it to win just because I was like, I think sentimental value is a better film.
Well, I mean,
sometimes that doesn't always win you the award, but
yeah. And I don't remember, and I guess I should have clocked like when they were giving things out. But when Stellan didn't win Best Supporting Actor, it made me nervous that sentimental value wasn't going to get anything. And
Sean Penn was sweeping that category practically.
He really was, and to not show up. Apparently, he was in Ukraine.
Yeah,
like
he's a weird guy.
He is a strange fellow. But whatever. I mean,
third Oscar. He probably would have said something
monumental.
Anyway,
I mean, we've only got Nicholson that won 3, and one other. Nicholson and not Tom Hanks. Who was the other that has won 3? There's one other. Daniel Day-Lewis. Duh. So yeah, that's some pretty.
Walter Brennan is also one. Walter Brennan's a fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. He's won more than
1930s, 40s, 50s actor.
Okay. Did he win 4 though, or is he only at 3?
He won 3.
Oh, maybe Nicholson didn't win 3.
No, Nicholson won 3.
Okay, so there's more. I thought there was only 2 others. I didn't realize Brennan had won 3. Okay.
Brennan was all supporting because that was kind of his thing. He was a fantastic support. He was in what is that name of that movie? I'm blanking. Rio
Bravo.
Rio Bravo. Yes, he's fantastic in that.
Yeah. I know the name. I'd probably know the face when I saw it, but Sean Penn to be in that category is very interesting to me. It's been a long time for him because his last win was Milk. So it's been a minute for him to be considered. He had gotten to a point in his career where he was kind of doing like B-level movies. Like everyone's, he'd have some prestige stuff every once in a while in there, but he was doing stuff like The Gunman and just like random action flicks that
I think
seems like a lot of people his age fall on when they're not getting roles.
Well, and I think he was kind of known for being hard to work with.
Yeah.
And so he kind of put you in that area.
Apparently he and PTA are buddies because he was also in Licorice Pizza. So apparently they must be like at least chummy enough where PTA can handle Penn. And look,
he probably respects PTA. So
that performance, say what you will about that role, but it was really good performance. So I would have loved to seen Stellan Skarsgård win, but I'm not mad about Sean Penn winning at all.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about the best actor race? Because I feel like I have a controversial take on this.
My non-controversial take is that Timmy's only 30 and Michael B. Jordan's been around a bit longer. He's 39, about to turn 40 this year, I think.
Yep.
So, and the performance was impressive. I think that he deserved to win. But I hate that Timmy lost. But again, he's only 30. I mean, and for the male actor award, it would have been really rare to see him win at that. I mean, Leo didn't win until he was 41. So that's kind of my non-controversial, what everybody else is saying take on it. So I'm interested in hearing your controversial take.
I think someone should have stormed the stage like Kanye West and said, like, you're great, but
that would have been awesome if Kylie stormed the stage. That would have been epic.
Probably not have been a good thing.
Just because there's like connection between
it's not really that controversial. It's just like I think Jordan is second or third in that category from what I've seen. But at the same time, like I get it. He's a super likable guy.
Yeah.
He did a good job. Smoke and Stack are distinct characters in that film. He gives a good performance. The film is great. The problem is like I just thinking back on Marty Supreme. I mean, that performance genuinely blew me away.
Yeah, it was great.
And
I mean, It was. You're right. I mean,
And
it's
Michael B.
impressive.
Jordan's performance didn't like blow me away. So it was just kind of like, I get it. It's all about playing the game and campaigning better, and
Well,
there's
what's
all kinds of
interesting
factors
is
that go into it.
what's interesting is I think that Michael B. Jordan was doing the complete opposite of Timmy during the campaign. Like Timmy was putting himself out there in all kinds of different unique interview styles, like being interviewed by other actors, being interviewed by famous directors, going on podcasts, doing like, so if I'm Timothy Chalamet, I'm reevaluating maybe the way that I campaigned. Because,
well, I mean, the thing that's always said is like, if you really want it, they're gonna. You see in the anonymous ballots, people going like, "Oh, Eddie Murphy really wants it in 2019, so I'm not going to vote for him." It's like,
yeah, I mean,
that's really stupid.
Bunch of
But
jerks out there that do that. But
yeah, that's the mentality, especially voting for actor. When your peers do not really like you, if you really want that for some reason. Actress is a little different. But,
yeah, no, I mean, actress, there's been, gosh, Jennifer Lawrence, like I said, Tatum O'Neal won when she was a kid, Best Actress. Jennifer Lawrence won when she was really young for Winter, whatever it was called.
It is sad that Adrian Brody is was the only guy under 30 to ever win Best Actor.
I think so, when he did The Pianist. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He was 29.
He was 29. And that was really rare, and probably it may not never happen again. Although Timmy will, I think Timmy will win in his 30s.
Yeah,
so
I believe it.
I think that within the next decade, we're going to see a performance. Heck, we could see one in December of this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he'll win for Dune, though. Unfortunately, I think that the Academy views that as popcorn stuff. And popcorn stuff, largely, like if you looked at part one won a bunch of technical awards.
Right.
Denis didn't get nominated for director.
He will this time. If it's good, he will.
Did the movie even get a Best Picture nom at the 21 Oscars?
I don't know, but this will be Return of the King. This will be his Return of the King.
I don't think it is.
If it's good, it will be. If it's good, it will be.
But the Messiah story is like a total downer.
Yeah, but he's changing. There'll be so many changes to that the Dune purists are going to freak out, but people that enjoy movies will be fine.
I think it will be very well received by critics and potentially audiences.
And never look. And I never want to base the likability of a movie off of a teaser trailer, but that teaser trailer that dropped today was freaking awesome.
I thought it was good.
I mean, it's and they didn't even show a worm, so I mean, it was freaking awesome. So
yeah, I thought it was good.
It looked good. I can't wait to see. I didn't get to see. I thought I was going to get to see Project Hail Mary on Monday, and we had some bad weather here, and I just didn't feel like getting out. So I'm not seeing it until Thursday, and I'm excited because by waiting until Thursday, I'll probably get the Dune trailer, maybe even the Spider-Man trailer. So I'm kind of excited.
People know that week, as long as everything sticks around at the time, we're going to be doing a Dune Doomsday episode.
100% we will. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that.
One may have less Oscar implications, but that's just because of the industry. Even if the film's great, you're not going to give it anything.
I'm actually planning on taking a PTO day on Thursday and Friday probably, and that way I can do the Doomsday thing on Thursday because it'll be like 6 hours probably.
I kind of hate it because I'm like,
I do too.
I wish I had a weekend for each of them because I want to enjoy both of them separately.
So, and I specifically hate it for my theatrical situation here in Birmingham. So we have an IMAX here, or a Limax, if you will. It's not a real IMAX, but so Dune will be on that. And that particular theater doesn't have another premium large format screen in it. So if I want to see Doomsday in a premium large format, which AMC Prime is the only other one in town for Birmingham, I would have to drive to a different theater. So instead of staying at one theater, I'd have to drive to another one. So logistically, it's going to be a nightmare. But I don't know if I want to see Doomsday on some small side theater cinema thing. So
Yeah.
I plan on making the drive. I plan on getting my Prime AMC Prime ticket for Doomsday, and assuming that that's what's going to get that format. See,
Well,
I don't know how it's going to parse out.
I think it's crazy. It's funny because I mean it's going to be an exciting weekend.
It will be, yeah.
But it is literally, as the drop of this episode, 9 months out.
Yeah, but I'm already hyped for it. I mean,
I know.
especially today after seeing that trailer. That's the first
Yeah.
Doom footage that we've seen, and it looked gorgeous. I mean,
I think this year could be an incredible year, and I said that in the Discord. If you
Yeah.
want to join the Discord, go to cinemadebriefpod@gmail.com. Email us to join.
please join the Discord. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you just look at the slate this year. You got a Denis Villeneuve film. You got a Christopher Nolan film coming out this summer. You got a Spider-Man film, an Avengers film. I mean, that's just surface level stuff. You've got
Yeah.
Martin McDonagh is putting out a film this year to compete for the Oscars.
Inarritu. Yep.
Inarritu's putting out Digger with Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, see, I think next year's Oscars, if the ratings don't go back up, I'd be really surprised, because I think there's a chance for a bunch of films that people did see, you know, coming out of this year to be eligible and nominated for the Oscars.
And I think people are sleeping on Digger because Tom Cruise is going to have a prosthetic nose. What was the last movie that Tom Cruise had a prosthetic nose on?
The last movie, that Tropic Thunder?
Yeah. And that role was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, don't sleep on Digger. Don't sleep on him.
Well, he could be up for Best Actor. Who knows?
Yeah, he could be. I mean, we would love to see it. I thought it was odd that he was not there at the Oscars, having won the honorary award earlier this year. I would have thought that he would have been front row. Like, here's what I miss, in all honesty, and I've been watching the Oscars for a long time. I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm 47 years old. I've been watching the Oscars for a long time. I miss the glitz of a Nicholson sitting in the front row, just as the kids call it today, mogging.
Like, all right, let me edit that. No, I'm kidding.
I just miss, because they don't really have that. And like Meryl Streep, like somebody of that ilk, like sitting in the front row, even if they're not nominated. And that was Nicholson. Like, he would show up even if he wasn't nominated, and just sit there with his s-eating grin, just like smiling big, you know, being Jack. And we don't have that anymore, and I kind of miss that. So I don't know. It's not, maybe part of the reason that it's not like must-see TV for people anymore is because the concept of a movie star has kind of waned, and it's just, we're not in that era anymore. And so
and I think the movie star has waned largely because we know so much about these people nowadays that it's, I think, harder for people to connect with them as much when they know.
Well, I mean, and that's part of the game.
Sounds.
Like, unfortunately for actors, and I feel for them, like, if they want to be something big, it's not just about the movie anymore. It's about the social media stuff. Like Timothy Chalamet, that dude is constantly on social media, like putting himself out there.
I was surprised that for One Battle, Leo was doing like podcasts occasionally. Like, he's still pretty reserved.
He was chill.
He was making podcast appearances,
and he doesn't do that usually.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, he's still kind of one of the guys who keeps to himself for the most part.
Yeah,
and still, even he is kind of starting to branch out and say, "Okay, we got to do." I'm sure the WB or whoever's saying, "You got to do this podcast with Jason
probably
and Travis Kelce and get our movie out there."
Yeah, I mean, and who? Never mind. I'm not going to say anything mean about it. Like, who cares about that podcast? But I mean, we haven't talked
about guests.
We haven't talked about Best Picture. Like, how do you feel about One Battle winning?
I think we knew it. I mean, as soon as September happened, when the reviews came out, I mean, it was pretty much locked in since then. And I've heard no movement otherwise until the last couple of weeks, when people were like, "Well, Sinners might be getting Best Picture. There might be a surprise win there." And I went, "Really?" I mean, everyone just talking about what a sure thing One Battle was. So I was entirely, until we got to like a week ago, I've been unsurprised by the fact that, you know, that probably would happen.
Yeah.
And when it happened, I actually started to get a little nervous because I was like, well, would Sinners win?
Right.
And then One
Yeah.
Battle won, and I went, why did I think that?
I know. Well, I was the same way. Like these last couple weeks have been so weird on film Twitter that there was doubt in the back of my mind about what was going to happen and I was like nervous, and I was like, well, this is just going to mean that the Oscars and the voting has been compromised and I can't trust anything anymore. And luckily everything happened the way it should happen for the most part. And PTA won and One Battle won. And so
I can tell you, since the 2019 Oscars for 2018 films, since that Oscars, I've called every Best Picture winner.
Nice.
Since then, including Parasite and Coda.
I wish I could remember. I don't keep record, so I can't remember what I had that.
I just remember specifically those two because I had a whole ballot filled out for Parasite, and I did the same for Coda, obviously. But we had the group by Coda. I don't know if we had the ESPN group by Parasite.
I wonder if we can get the ESPN data somehow. I don't know.
Tried to find it before. I have some old screenshots that I could probably post in the Discord, but
because I thought we had picked. I thought Coda was definitely when we started that ESPN thing, but I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure. And I called Coda. I remember that because I put The Power of the Slog as my name on the
That's right. That's right. The Power of the Slog.
And I literally I picked a Coda sweep, and it got a sweep, and everyone got mad on film Twitter, and they still rant about that movie.
They still do. They're still mad about it. It's a great movie. I like the movie. Sometimes it's okay for the feel-good movie to win. I mean, geez.
And it felt like the opportune time to do that too, because I think the year before you had, I can't even remember what one the year before. It was Everything Everywhere. No, Nomadland.
Nomadland, yeah, which was a bit of a downer of a movie.
Yeah, well, that's what. So sometimes they kind of do that thing where they oscillate downer and then okay, feel good, and then the next year you had Everything Everywhere, and then Everything Everywhere was kind of feel good, and then you had Oppenheimer downer, and the cycle goes on.
The screenplays kind of went the way we thought they would with Sinners and for original and One Battle.
The screenplay awards gave PTA and Coogler their first Oscars ever. Now, some of their films have won Oscars, but their specific own Oscars they got with those awards for the first time.
Yep.
PTA obviously won another award down the line too, with Best Director.
Frankenstein kind of cleaned up. I mean, they got what, 3?
And I think totally unsurprising, and I think totally deserving.
Yeah.
Production design, makeup, and was it costumes? I mean,
makeup, hairstyling, costume. Yeah. There was one that I thought they would have won, but they didn't. Oh wait, maybe not. I can't remember.
Those 3 to me were like, look, if you're voting for the best film of that bunch, there's a lot of great choices there.
Yeah.
But I mean, what Guillermo did with that film, just the making of that film, was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that he should be proud of that the technical awards, for lack of a better term, winning for that. I mean, he probably had to know that it wasn't going to do anything beyond that. Although Elordi got some love in he got a Best Supporting Actor win in one of the, maybe it was Critics' Choice. Like he won somewhere. Because I remember him doing a speech.
So he win the Globe, or because there are 2 supporting actors usually.
No, is there for the Globe? I thought they only did.
I'd have to look it up. I think
they only did one,
because I knew he was going to win over Sean Penn.
Yeah, they only do one supporting at the Globe, but they split the actor for musical comedy and drama, but the supporting only gets one.
It was Critics' Choice that he won.
Critics' Choice, yeah. So because that one was, I chose not to watch that one because I'm not a fan of the host, and so I did not seek out to watch that one. But I saw that his speech at that particular awards, and look, I mean, it was a good performance, but this year you weren't going to beat Sean Penn. I mean, for whatever reason, even though he hates the Academy loves him. I mean, so I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on with that, but I would have liked to have seen him give a speech, just because he's another guy that's been doing it since the 80s. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's something about hearing someone that's been in the industry that long giving a speech that can be impactful for the audience and those other nominees, but not even getting him to hearing him do a speech was kind of a bummer. But
did you think he was going to give an inspiring speech? And
I always hope that maybe some light bulb will turn on and him sort of live in the moment and maybe mention some inspiring words of
he was living in the moment. He was with Zelensky in
he was
Ukraine.
with his buddy Zelensky in Ukraine. So stupid. But well, I mean, this particular episode, even though it's a bonus, I guess we didn't call it a mini like short episode. We just called it a bonus.
Yeah, so we'll call it a bonus.
We can record as long as we want to.
Yeah, because we can go 3 hours.
It's a bonus episode. We can do the same amount of time. The broadcast was over 3.5 hours.
Sync it up with right where you see this person on the red carpet. Continue and do a full.
Yes, exactly. Now, are we announcing the ESPN winner on this episode?
Yeah, I thought we would.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you to everybody who participated.
There were
12 participants in this year's.
Okay, I'd like to amend that. Apparently, there was 11.5 because Andrew claims that he auto drafted.
Oh,
like he claims that he didn't actually make those picks.
Does it actually do that for?
I guess so.
I guess it would. I guess if you input a ballot, it would pick something for you.
It would pick, yeah. So he apparently auto drafted his picks because he forgot to make them. So 11.5 people picked.
Aussie Nate was our winner. We're gonna have him on as a guest. He
Yeah.
picked the movie. We'll let him announce that.
Okay.
As we get close, I think why not get a little audio file from him or something.
Yeah.
Second place was you.
Yes, I was second place. Look, this is big for me because it's been a minute since I've been up here like this. So, look, 19-5 ain't great, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I feel like a loser. I was third, right below Mikey, one pick off.
One pick after another.
Yeah, I know. That was Nate's name. One wrong pick after another.
One wrong, yeah, and he dominated.
Ironic.
Yeah, exactly.
Chububba had the exact same record as me. Admitted in the Discord that he copied off my ballot, which is fine.
Yeah, I didn't know that we could. I didn't actually know that you could see other people's ballots.
No. He listened.
He listened to the episode. Okay.
This is what I said last year when I was on Jacob's podcast. I was like, I don't know why I'm saying these picks to you guys, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm really more bothered if one of you guys on the podcast steal my picks.
No, I have my own. I pick.
Yeah, well, that's what. I get it. Then you had Rhett in fifth place, tied with Jeremy, Dave, and Jacob.
Yeah,
all at 17 and 17 out of 24. You had Heil in ninth place, tied with Esposito. So I guess it's Brian's wife,
Uncle Brian's sister.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Tracy.
And then 11th place tied is Melissa Reagan and Andrew, who claims that he was auto-drafted. So, which makes Melissa feel great, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know. Melissa may have auto-drafted too. I don't know. I mean,
I guess that's probably what happened.
You can't even really tell, like what happens with that. But yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So yeah, next year, like if you want to participate in our Oscar Pick'em, you do have to be part of our Discord. I'm not going to just like send our link out to the ether. You do have to be part of our Discord, and the prize is you get to host an episode with us. So I mean, that's a huge prize, a huge honor for anyone. It's almost like winning an Oscar. It's that big of an honor.
And we'll maybe even bend some rules for you in some areas.
Maybe. We had to, we
make the episode.
The off the shelf is for people that are generally obsessed with physical media, like Garrison and myself. And most normal human beings are not obsessed with physical media.
Yeah.
And so Nate did not actually own a physical copy of this movie, but he loves the movie that he's picking, and so we're allowing him to pick that movie, and I'm excited because I like the movie too. I actually own a physical copy of the movie that he picked.
Yeah.
Because again,
look, if the guests want to, they can torture us. whatever they want to pick.
Well, he picked a good one, so I'm excited about watching it.
Yeah. Where can people find you on the internet, Mike?
Yes, definitely. I am on X at the Michael Nip. I'm on Letterboxd. I think you just look up Michael Nip on there. Watched a great William Friedkin movie today, thanks to the Rewatchables podcast. I had never seen the movie that they did today. So if you want to check that out, you can go on my Letterboxd and see which Friedkin movie I watched. It was really fun 80s crime drama. So
you can find me on Twitter at GRyfun3, GRYFUN3, and you can find me on Letterboxd at GRyfun. You can find us at Cinema Debrief on Twitter and Instagram. You can also email us to get in the Discord, cinemadebriefpod@gmail.com. And you can find us on your podcast feeds on Monday.